Hi, friends and family. I wanted to do a quick update on where we're at in the foster care journey and also tell you a little bit about my favorite not toy things, sorry, um, baby products that we have that I've just fallen in love with that are budget friendly and also just really cool and I think will work really well um, for us. Um, so we are week 3 into classes. We just had our third class this past Saturday, and we have 2 more classes to go to. So we have this coming Saturday and then the next Saturday, and then we're done with classes, which is just mind blowing. We're both shocked about how fast it's going. The people who are in our class are just really great, wonderful, sweet people. So that's awesome that we have a really great class where we've just really connected. And not this past Saturday, but the Saturday before was definitely the hardest class that we had to take emotionally. I was prepared for the class and I thought that, like, okay, I'm aware of the trauma and like I get it, like this will just be information to me. What I wasn't prepared for was like how much it was going to hurt my heart and my soul. We talked about abuse and loss and drugs. Those were the 3 things that we talked a lot about because those are the 3 things that we're going to be up against in foster care. And it blows my mind. It blows my mind just how severely like kids are abused. Some of the cases that we talked about are just unfathomable. How a mom or a dad could hurt these kids. I believe every life is sacred and every life is valuable, and absolutely every child has all of the potential in the world. And while Daniel and I do not have our own biological children yet or ever, I don't know, I don't know, I come into contact with a lot of kiddos and just every single one of them is beautiful and incredible and smart and amazing, and literally every child I've ever come into contact with has taught me something, and I don't see that changing. I mean, God has made every single one of these kiddos perfectly and in his image, and the level of abuse that some of these children have experienced is just unfathomable. It really is, and there's no excuse for it. Like, I cannot and will not excuse it. Drugs are something that I detest. I hate drugs. I also understand addiction. When you need something, when your body is telling you that you will die without it, it becomes part of your survival. And so in psychology, there's the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and on the bottom level are the things that you have to have. And to be able to build up and get more things, you have to have the base level, and the base level is survival, which is shelter, food, water, things like that. And then as you get up, like, the highest level is self-actualization, which is like knowledge, wisdom, education, like fulfilling your life purpose, and that's where like everyone wants to be. But drugs, when you put them into your body and become addicted and like chemically dependent on it, then that becomes like on your lower level, and it even takes the place of food, water, shelter, like from what I understand and from the stories I've heard. And so I understand this like level of dependence where food comes second to drugs, children come second to drugs, life comes second to drugs. And I'm not going to pretend like that is easy or not going to be one of the biggest battles of these parents' lives. But at the same time, that does not excuse abusing or neglecting a child. And so we are not here to judge parents. So we have to put that aside. We have to put our emotions and anger and just all of that aside and come into this with the love of Jesus, which means that Daniel and I both have to be like just absolutely humbled at the feet of Jesus for this, because otherwise, like, we're not gonna be good parents. And like, I will admit, like, the week after that session, I was so angry, and I thought, like, there's no way I could do this. Like, there's no way I can be a foster mom, because my heart is just so crushed by this weight of horror and tragedy and trauma that these children are going through. But then I was definitely reminded, like, if I choose not to do this, that will not take away the need that is there for someone to do this. And so, like, I'm just trusting the Lord that He will give me the strength in times of need. And I know I will not be a perfect mom. I'm 100% aware of that. But I'm willing to do the absolute best that I can. And offer what we can. That's all we can do. And I know that they're not expecting us to be 100% perfect all the time. They're expecting us to give a safe and loving home to a child in need of one, and that we can do. I know that we can do that. On to lighter things. So we were supposed to have 3 more classes, and our last one got canceled because it was going to be a really short class anyway. We're just going to tack that on and stay a little bit later on our now last session. So we are going to be out 1 week earlier. We've had our social worker come out to our house. She is super sweet, and she came with like a stack of papers, like, I'm not kidding, like this big, and for us to fill out. And we have like a 15-page like questionnaire that asks us super detailed questions about our life, and they want to know everything. And it's really intimidating having someone be like, here, tell me all about your life, and tell me about relatives, tell me about emotions, tell me about how you are disciplined and how you choose, or how you would choose to discipline your biological children and how you would choose to discipline foster parents. And when she asks all about religion and our faith and all of that, I mean, it is dense. And they want to know everything. Any trauma or addiction or loss that you've experienced, which is something that Daniel and I have talked about, because I've experienced a lot of loss in my own life. I worked in a hospital in high school, and patients passed away, family members have passed away, just a lot, and like how we deal with that. So I've learned a lot. It's brought up a lot, and they ask those questions on purpose to see, like, have you processed these things, which is great and necessary, because it brings up things that if you haven't dealt with, like, you need to, in order to help kiddos deal with some of these super adult things. Just, I hate that kids have to deal with a lot of these adult things, but it is what it is. So Daniel has been a huge and constant surprise to me. Like, he's really, really taking ownership of this and like, yeah, we're gonna do it, let's do it. Like, and Daniel is a very, very, very quiet person. In a group of people, he likes to sit back and observe. And then one-on-one, he's super talkative and funny and off the wall. But like, he talked in a couple of classes, and I'm just like, wait, what? Like, this was not what I was expecting. And he cracks me up, and he is all about like, okay, let's do our homework and let's research this stuff and let's read these books. And I mean, I knew that he was going to be an amazing dad, but some of the stuff that we have to do for our classes are things that I naturally do in our relationship. And he's like really taken the reins and just been like, yep, we're going to do this and it's going to be awesome. And I've just been like, wow, like, you blow my mind. So that's really amazing to see as well, just because our personalities are different. So I'm really proud of him. He's great. He's doing a great job. We had our friends donate their amazing 18-month-old to us last night, to have a sleepover and for us to kind of get to practice what a placement would be like. And it was a little bit unfair because he's the easiest child I've ever met in my entire life. He is just chill. He slept 11 hours. So that was no help to us because he slept more than we did and he slept better than we did. So he was just great and super easy and wonderful, and we love him so much. So it was amazing. But I feel like it might go downhill from here, just because he is such an easy kid, an easygoing kid. On to my favorite things that we have in our nursery that I just love and adore. One is a sound machine. Everyone says get a sound machine. I agree, but a lot of the sound machines that you find online or in stores are like $50, between $30 and $50, and you get like 6 sounds, like a heartbeat, an ocean, like a fan, white noise, and whatnot. But I just got a speaker on Amazon for like $15, and it's Bluetooth, so I can hook it up to my phone, and I've got lots of baby-related playlists. So I don't see why there's a need to spend all of that money for a speaker that is portable or I can leave plugged in all the time. It has an auxiliary cord, which none of the other ones did, so I can play my music, whatever the kid's feeling. Like if we want to have a dance party in the nursery, we can turn up the beats. And a sound machine just doesn't do that. So I'm really stoked about this. We got to use it last night, and it put Finley to sleep like that. And he loved it, and I was able to control the volume on my phone. And so I was able to lower it until I was able to take it off. We had a baby monitor. That was amazing. And we just have the basic baby monitor because we have such a small house, that even with my hearing loss, I just clip it onto my shirt so it's close to my ear, and then with my hearing aids in, I can hear it. And then I put it right next to me on the bed, and Daniel and I plan on taking turns getting up. And so if he hears it, he'll just wake me up when it's my turn. So even with my hearing aids out, it's still really doable. Another thing that I got that I absolutely love is this tiny little push light. And I have like this little screw that I can put it on. And so last night when I was putting Finley to bed, I had him on our twin bed, and I just let him like play with the light, which was great, and it'll be good for kiddos who have trouble sleeping, or have night terrors or anything like that. Especially if they sleep in the twin bed, they can always just come here and touch the light, and then they have a light that It's not crazy bright. It won't illuminate the whole room, but it's definitely a good amount of light so they can see. And they also have books right here so they can read in the night if they wake up, or as they're going to bed. They have, and it just touches like that. I use it with the little girl that I nanny for, and she loves it. She loves just to push it. Finley loves it. You have to push a little bit hard on it, but it's not that difficult. So he has a blast with that. And the last thing that I absolutely love is my Baby Katan baby carrier. It's like all of the wraps, but it's just two like circles, and then it has a sash. But a lot of the wrap ones are super long, and I am not 5 foot. So when it's on me, it's like 4 of me, I feel like. So to wrap the long ones, it would just be on the floor for most of the time that I'm wrapping it. And if I was to go out and be in a parking lot, like that's gonna be all over the ground, and not a fan of that. So thank you to the Suba family for this baby wrap, because I've tried it and I love it. I love it, love it, love it so much. And it will be amazing for kiddos who are going through withdrawal, because they need to be held all the time. So that will be great. It will be a good hands-free option, and it's good with their legs because it's important to keep the baby's legs in the right position to help not get hip dysplasia. And this wrap is great for it. So those are just some of my favorite things that we have to help with trauma-related things. So really long video, super sorry about that, but just wanted to give you guys an update. And we are so, so, so thankful for each and every one of you, for your prayers, for your comments, for your support. This is not an easy journey, and we know that we are not perfect in any way, and we know that we are up against a giant of hardships, but we serve a huge, huge God, and I mean, every step of the way, He has been there for us and provided for us. And we are in no means wealthy. They say if you wait for the perfect time to have a baby, you'll never have a baby. I feel a little bit like that's similar to foster care. If you wait until you're like in this prime position, I don't know that you'll ever get there. We are young parents when we become parents. We don't have any biological kids, and don't have any like plan to become biological parents anytime soon. We live in a small house. We don't make millions of dollars, but we are a loving home, and we are a safe home, and we have an open home for kiddos. So we might not be able to spend tons and tons of money on them, but we will love them harder than they could imagine. So yeah, that's where we're at. It looks like potentially our license will go through maybe towards the beginning of next year, in January maybe. So that's when we can take a placement. And we are open to whatever comes. So we'll just see what the Lord is doing, and we are still trying to get everything that we need for kiddos. So our registry is still up. So we're having a super long baby shower, I guess. So that's through Target. Our registry's through Target, and everything on there, we have on there because it will be for therapeutic and special needs kiddos. So I will read through it tonight and make sure that it is still that way. And if you are interested in foster care but aren't in a place where you can do that, supporting foster families that you know is a great way to do that. And any extra things that we have, we will give to the kiddos. So if you want to be a blessing to the kids in Missouri, check out our registry, and everything on there is for the kiddos. So that's all that I have. All right. I hope you have a wonderful day, night, morning, whatever it is when you're watching this. Again, we love you. We thank you so much. Yeah.